And again, I'm not promoting Pond5 or any library for that matter. I'm just talking about them because it's the libraries that I use. I never talk about libraries that I'm not involved with. Whenever I get questions and say, or messages saying to me, you should do a video about this particular library, I say, well, I can't because I'm not really licensing my music with them. So I can't really talk about it. I only talk about the libraries that I'm actually involved in. I have seen some not only revenue, but I've actually gone through the whole process of uploading my music, getting it rejected, getting accepted, made some sales, and actually withdraw the money, and so I can buy food for the family. So I've seen the whole cycle. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Daniel Carrizales from stockmusiclicensing.com. Now today I want to share with you why are alternative edits of your music tracks so important. I want to show you a little bit of my latest sales on Pond5, a library that right now at the moment is a little bit, there's a lot of attention on it because of the changes that are about to kick in now in September. And we'll talk more a little bit about that later on. But I just wanted to show you my latest sales really. So I have 5 sales. Out of those 5 latest sales, I have three of them are actually edits. And what are these edits? These edits are the 60-second, 30 seconds, and 15-second edits. Now, what happens is that I sell a lot of these edits on Pond5 and other libraries as well. But here, I just wanted to share with you because I got this email, and when you get these emails, you get something like this, and it looks really. It's a nice touch. I gotta say that, you know, not all libraries send emails when you actually get a sale. All right. So out of this, my latest 5 sales, I have 3 of them are edits, and one of them is a sting. Another one is a 30-second edit here, you can see, and there's another sting. Now, what are these edits? Okay, a sting is just a very short piece of music that is usually used as an intro, or it could be used in a brand kind of like fashion, meaning that it could be even used as a logo or what I do with my YouTube channel as well, that I have like a little intro with my actual logo, and it just has like some kind of sound in the background. So it's very short pieces of music that it will last up anything between 5 to 7 seconds, up to 10 seconds maybe. Anything above that will be what is called as well a bumper. And these are just edits that when I first started doing stock music, I wasn't really aware that these things existed. I knew there were edits, but I didn't know, and I wasn't really aware that there was a standard measurement for these edits as well, like the 30-second edits, which I do sell quite a lot. And these are the latest stats from my Pond5 account. It's not bad. Just got paid from Pond5 on the 15th, and obviously with the new changes kicking in, these takings will be less, and that's the earnings, as you can see, $23.99. This one is $20.39, but you know, obviously with the new, that's 50-50. So with the new changes, this will be less money, obviously, and you know. Like I said, there's a lot of talk about this out there. There's a lot of confusion as well. There's a lot of anger and frustration, and of course, you know, when you see that I have this kind of sales, and this is what I'm taking in my pocket, and to know that this is going to be less starting in September, you can't help but get a little bit frustrated about it, you know, and that's leaving the whole Pond5 publishing on the side, which is just an optional thing if you are with a PRO. Again, a lot of confusion with PROs. There's a lot of confusion from people that want to start doing this, and as well, I guess, experienced composers that sometimes they're not really familiarized with Pond5 and the likes, or audio jungle as well, you know. And I can tell you from my experience with these royalty-free sites that whenever there is changes like this, there's always a lot of frustration and anger because they can update these terms and conditions anytime they want, and it's like anything. Of course, I mean, the takings are bad as they are. Or the revenue, mind you, I price my music at $47.95 on Pond5, but if you price it at 20 or 15, obviously you're not getting much. I do sell my music on other libraries which are very low takings per sale, and a lot of people are against this kind of websites as well. but I do sell quite a lot. And takings are in another websites. For example, for this kind of songs, I wouldn't take 23.99 in my pocket. I will probably take like $4. And that's just because that's the way the other websites will work, and the tickets are so small. And I got a lot of advice from fellow composers and from other people telling me, do not devaluate your music because you're selling it so cheap over there. And it's like, well, I don't have control over the pricing on this other website. So but I do know that I get a lot of money from them, because I smell so small, the licenses. And it's the same when you get performance royalties as well, that with your PROs. Unless it's like a big placement, or depending what kind of placements you're going to get. But they usually they're quite small. You need a lot of placements to say that this will add up for you to get in one quarter a decent amount of money, and then wait for another quarter to get your next statement, or your next paycheck from your PRO, depending on what placements you're getting. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that takings are always very little. They're very small. And when there are changes happening in royalty-free sites, libraries, or any update for that matter on terms and conditions, for example, last year when Audio Jungle introduced the whole elements thing, and and I was having a really rough time. I have documented this on my YouTube channel as well. I almost felt like giving up, really, and because you get so frustrated, you get so get so angry, and you feel like, I'm gonna take all my music. And this is exactly what I thought about doing last year. I'm like, I'm gonna delete my account because this is unacceptable. Only an exclusive elite group of people can join Envato Elements. And if you don't know what Envato Elements is, it's a subscription based model that Envato Market has. And with the music, Audio Jungle is one of the latest one to join that. And only as an exclusive, it's by invitation pretty much. So you cannot just say, hey, can I participate this so I can get some money there as well. So when a lot of composers get angry because obviously they see a drop in sales, and I got caught up in the whole forum searching and what the other persons are saying and doing, and what should I do. And that's why I always in my channel I usually say, it depends where you're at in your journey. For me, at that point when I was so frustrated with this kind of updates, I felt like deleting my account. I actually was considering taking all of the songs, deleting them by hand. I don't just something dramatic. I'm like, say, well, I'm not hurting anybody with this, really. I'm not gonna. It's not like these libraries are gonna say like, oh, look, Daniel is really angry. He's taking all of his music away. I'm not accomplishing anything. Actually, there's been a lot of work put into that music portfolio that I have in Audio Jungle, for example, and the same with Pond5, for me to stop to take music out, and I thought about a different strategy, and it's the same with every library that they do changes all the time. There's going to be updates and changes, and the only ones that are going to survive are the ones that are going to be able to adapt and go. I'm not saying that you should agree or go with the flow to the point that you don't care if it's but it is what it is. And I'm not going to be here preaching that the end is near. We always listen to this thing, and not only in music licensing, but even on YouTube. The end of YouTube as we know it now is, or now the world is coming to an end because this is happening, I'm not going to be here delivering a message of negativity. And I'm definitely not going to be saying that the end is happening when it comes to music licensing. This is something that is actually quite new. It's no surprise that everything is going to be moving towards a more of a model of a subscription, either on networks, television. We've seen this with Netflix and whatnot. And this is going to happen with music as well, especially music licensing. Spotify has been around for some time now, still early days, believe it or not. But these changes will happen, and they will keep on happening. When I get messages and people contacting me, what should I do? I can only talk from my own experience with the libraries that I'm involved. I only speak about the libraries where I actually sell my music, and my experience on a day-to-day basis, and how I get my money with them. And so I can give you an honest feedback of when these updates come. our way or my way, and I can actually share with you what's the outcome. The outcome is you can see it whatever way you want to. You can see it like this is doom and gloom, and actually Pond5 is going under, and that's why they're doing this. Or you can see it as a way of this library is like any other business. They have to look for themselves, of course, and we uh, the contributors are going to be suffering the consequences. And this is true as well in any job. If is minimum wage fair? Of course not. Either in America, here in Greece, or wherever you go. Well, obviously not. Is taxation? Is it okay? I don't think so. Is the cost of living quite expensive where you live? I'm pretty sure it is in relationship to the income that people have. So I guess my point, what I'm trying to say here is that I am not going to be a news broadcaster and say how crap everything is. I'm not going to say that everything is wonderful and everything is beautiful, and don't pay attention to the updates of this kind of website. But I'm just going to say to you, focus on your music and see what can you do. Do you have any sales? Because usually people that complain about this kind of things and take it very much to heart is people that have no sales or very little sales, or people that are very new into the game and they don't really understand what's happening, and they can, and I'm telling you this from experience, because I was like that in the beginning. I didn't know what PROs are. I didn't know about taxation, and I'm just going to tell you a very quick story, and I don't want to drag this video too much. But before I started to do stock music and uploading my music to royalty-free sites, and I believe I have told this story before, I wanted to contact the IRS in America, because I wanted to get my taxation in place for me in order for me to start selling my music online. This is how ignorant I was back then. And this is a few years ago, by the way, 2013, 14 maybe. And I haven't sold a single track, okay? I have nothing. I'm not even opened an account. And here I am. You have to believe this, okay, what I'm saying to you. I grabbed my UK passport and I mailed it, okay, all the way to America to the IRS because I wanted to fill up my foreign tax information. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? So guess what happened? My passport, of course, got lost in the mail, or something happened. And here I am, phone calling from the landline, calling to the IRS, see if they have received my passport. They're telling me, what the hell are you doing? We don't know who are you? Are you selling stuff? I'm like, well, not yet. I am about to start selling my music online, but I just wanted to make just focusing so much on things that are not so important at that moment. I was worrying about taxation. And the reality of the matter is that at that moment, what I should have done is open my accounts to the libraries that I wanted to join, and most importantly, work on my music so I can start making sales, and then I can start thinking about tax or no tax, or if I have to declare my income. And really just fill up the tax forms in the actual websites in the libraries when you join them. So that's the message is that sometimes we worry so much about something that is so ahead of us, Like, for example, what's happening with Pond5. They are updating their terms and conditions. They're introducing this new thing called publishing, Pond5 publishing. Of course, they're going to cut down our takings, and they know people are going to go ballistic about it. And this is what happens, really. It's like your boss telling you, hey, you have to work overtime and we're not going to pay you. Or now your pension has been wiped out because of some banker just pressed the wrong button. I know I'm being here a little bit more dramatic, and I'm a little bit using some analogies here, but it is what it is. And I just don't want to be part of the negativity. I don't want to be part of the forums on music licensing, talking about how crap the whole business model has gone and how it's going down the toilet drain because there is no more income in it. And I'm trying to adapt as I go along with what's happening as well, and learning as well from people that are ahead of me in the game. And by that I mean that I have composers who are not only doing selling their music on royalty free sites like Pond5, but they're as well doing other big licenses, and they're getting money with PROs as well. So, in my experience, I have friends who are either doing only royalty-free licensing music in libraries like Pond5 and Audio Jungle, and they're ignoring completely the whole performance royalties and with PROs, and the opposite as well. My mentors, they're doing both, and the tools are there for us to use, so we should use them. I'm joining royalty, joining as well other libraries which are gonna get placements, and at the same time, I still license my music on libraries like Pond5 and Audio Jungle, because I don't believe that you have to choose one or the other. The tools are there, you use them, and you just go with it, you're just leaving a lot of money on the table sometimes as well by just having your beliefs, thinking that you should do this but don't do that because this is gonna demonetize your music, or how it's being perceived by somebody else. So, anyways, just a very quick entry here about the whole Pond5 drama, I guess, because I see this. I still get messages. I still get a lot of emails and asking me all kinds of things. And I always say, like, where are you at in your journey? The most important thing is, are you making sales right now? Okay, and if you are with a PRO and you are licensing your music with libraries that are getting you placements on TV, are you getting placements? Because this is as well a long game. It's not something that you're gonna make a sale today and cash in next month. So, and if you're doing royalty-free music as well on libraries like Pond5 and Audio Jungle, are you making sales as well? And that's why I'm always preaching about being non-exclusive, because we know that you might have a few sales here on Pond5, but maybe in Audio Jungle is a little bit quiet, or other libraries are a little bit slow, or the one compensates for the other for sure. So it's just a quick chat about Pond5, but I wanted to do more about the video, more about, like, to show you what the actual sales are, in terms of, like, I'm selling quite out of 5, 3 of them are just edits, really. So I just wanted to focus on that as well. And again, I'm not promoting Pond5 or any library for that matter. I'm just talking about them because it's the libraries that I use. I never talk about libraries that I'm not involved with. Whenever I get questions and say, or messages saying to me, you should do a video about this particular library, I said, well, I can't, because I'm not really licensing my music with them, so I can't really talk about it. I only talk about the libraries that I'm actually involved in. I have seen some not only revenue, but I've actually gone through the whole process of uploading my music, getting it rejected, getting accepted, made some sales, and actually withdraw the money, and so I can buy food for the family. So I've seen the whole cycle. So that's the whole point of this channel as well, okay? Because I need to share what I'm doing. So there's no way I can talk about other libraries that I'm not involved with, and I have no idea what they're doing. I have no idea what they are about, what the internal policies are, and I know that a lot of you guys are already experienced composers and have been in the game for some time, and you see me talking and you might say, like, hey, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I've been doing music for 20 years and I got a resume of, like, blah, 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 blah. Fantastic. But the purpose of this channel is not only to engage and be part of this community, but at the same time to help people that want to actually get into it, okay? Because there is plenty of space for all of us. It's not just about the old cats that have been doing this for the last 20 years, and they see us, the newcomers, that we've been just recently joining the music licensing game, that we are the responsibles for bringing this whole thing down with... because anybody can actually join now, and upload your music to any library and call yourself a composer. But that's the beauty of the internet, that anybody can participate. You can learn, and you can create music, upload it, and make some sales, and then you take it from there. If you're not happy With one library, you just close your account and move on. But one thing is for sure, the terms and conditions will be updated, and you have to be smart enough to first, are you involved with them, and then take your own informed decision, and then, you know, uh, do what you need to do. At the end of the day, the end game is for you to have your music out there and making you some money. So that's the bottom line, which is exactly the same bottom line that people like, or libraries like Pond5, they want to do by introducing all of this, and yes, slashing the actual share. What I've been doing for some time, anyways, is that I price all my music on Pond5 equally. So that means that even the things that I'm showing you here that I'm selling is exactly the same price as the full version. I don't bring it down. So a 7 second or an 8 second piece of music, it costs the customer exactly the same amount of money for a 2 minute song. So that's an example of what you could do as well. I don't see like I'm ripping anybody off. And I'm showing you that the sales are there. So the people, I always say it's never about the price. The customers are willing to pay $20 or $23.99 for a 7 piece of music for their project. So that's it for today. I think I've been having too much Greek coffee, even though I'm not talking that fast, but I could carry on talking for ages. So that's the topic today, and I just wanted to drop a quick vlog, 20-minute vlog, I guess. So, as always, man, thanks a lot for the love and support. Thanks for the comment, for the emails, for sharing. Leave in the comment section what's your take on these alternative edits, and if you want to carry on with a conversation about Pond5, where you're at the moment. Do you belong in Pond5? Are you thinking about it? Are you getting any sales? And that's it, and hopefully next video I can show you a little bit more about this particular edit. And the reason why I focus on the edits is because it took me a long time to actually know about them, and I learned it from I learned this from my mentor, which this person, I got a few mentors, but this particular one, he does all these edits for all of his music tracks, and he's involved in Pond5 and other libraries, and it's a good thing because you can have all of these particular edits, selling them individually on Pond5, get your money every 15th of the month, and at the same time wait for your back-end royalties every quarter as well with BMI. So it's all about in the attack, really, and see how much revenue can we get from all of this model of music licensing, really. So again, thanks a lot for all the love and support. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. There's not much to say now because this is quite a long vlog. No more coffee for me for today. Rock and roll. Here's to your success.